Story time. So I came across a video online where the mother was having a conversation with her daughter. That girl should not be more than 5, 6 years. I don't think that child is up to 6 years. Let's say 5 years old. And then the child was asking the mom, why is it that you don't allow me into your room anytime you're in the room with daddy? And then she said she and her daddy they are they are having a she said she and her dad are having conversations. They are discussing and talking about stuff. The child was not like, Mom, but I can be there when you're having conversation with daddy. Can't I be there? She now said she's massaging her daddy, and alongside they do other talks. That's why she's not allowed to be in their room whenever they're having conversations. Then the child now went further to say, but you used to allow me in your room when I was little. Now, why don't you allow me again? The mother now kept saying, we are having conversations. That's why we don't allow you. The daughter now said to the mom that no, you guys are not only having conversations, that you're doing something dangerous. The mom now went further to say, something dangerous. What are the dangerous things that me and your dad does in the room? The child now went further to say, Mommy, I can't say it too, but people are doing. She demonstrated with her toys that mommy and daddy are doing something dangerous, that she cannot say it. God. It was with the way the child was talking, that shows that she has probably seen something or they have been too loud that she noticed it. And then what even took me aback, she said mommy and daddy used to allow her in their room when she was still little. Meaning that that time that they allow her into their room when she was little, she was not so little. She saw something that is still in her memory that she still remembers. Because tell me why a little girl will be telling the mom that you and daddy are doing something dangerous. She was not explaining like this, making a sound that this is what they are doing. And she goes further to say she can't say what they are doing, that she cannot tell mommy what they are doing, that mommy should guess. Watching that video, it brought some memories in my head of some of the experience I've had with my kids. There was a day my 5-year-old daughter and my 3 years old son, they were playing in their room. So I was in the living room, I just came out from the bathroom and I overheard them crying and all that. So most of the times like that when they are fighting like that, I like to separate them. Either I will take my son to my room and allow the sister to remain in their room, or I will take my daughter to my room and allow my son to stay in his room, like kind of separating them so that they won't fight. That morning I was on my period. I was like, okay, this girl is growing. Let me take her into my mindset was like, okay, she should come into my room and see me fixing my sanitary pad on my pants so that she'll ask questions and then I will educate her, like kind of letting her know, okay, there's a time in your life where you grow up, you start having your menstrual flow, and this is how to, that was my mindset. So when she comes into the room, I'm going to educate her on menstrual flow, sanitary pad, cleanliness, and all of that. Lo and behold, hey Jesus, when I called her into the room, she entered. She saw me tying my towel. Obviously, she knew, okay, mommy just finished dating. Do you know what my daughter did? She went to the bed, she lied down on the bed, and she turned her face facing the wall not to see me dressing up. 5-year-old girl, how does she know that, okay, mommy wants to dress up? I shouldn't see mommy dressing up. Like, where did that mentality come from? I did not teach her that. Obviously, if I did, I wouldn't want her to come in and see me fixing sanitary pad on my panty. Do you understand? You understand me? She turned her face and allowed me to dress up when she was convinced that, okay, mommy is now fully covered. She now turned and faced me, and then she came to join me in the dressing mirror. She was now putting her lip gloss and all of that. I was just looking at this girl like, you see this parenting thing, eh? That one is one. Oh. Watching that video, I remember that experience at that point in time. So mission aborted. I couldn't really, tell her and all those things I wanted to tell her that made me allow her into my room at the time I was dressing up. My 8 months old son, there's this particular spot in the house that he always goes to. Anytime he's going there, I'll shout at him, Rema, come back, don't go there, Rema. So he has this consciousness that whenever I'm going to this place, mommy is always stopping me. There was something he did recently. He was crawling towards that direction. Before getting there, he turned and looked at me like, is mommy watching me? Is she going to shout at me? That kind of a look. When I noticed it, I just threw my face as if I was not seeing him. And then he continued. On his way going there again, he still turned to be sure that his mommy watching me. This boy I'm telling you about is just 8 months old. When he got to that spot, he turned and saw that I wasn't looking at him, and then he held that thing. I now screamed, Rema! He started crying. How did this little boy know that this thing that he wants to do is bad and mommy will scold? So if a child is telling you that you and daddy is doing something dangerous and is making illustration with her toys, doing like this, and she says, I cannot say it, so but I know you and daddy is doing this, that means she had seen them doing something that is still registered in her mind. She hasn't forgotten. Or the parents have been too loud that the children, parenting, it is only God that will help us. We just have to be very careful, intentional, and the children of nowadays, they are very smart, very inquisitive, and they can quickly, think of something and just say, okay, this is how it is. They want to know to the extreme. Children of these days, they are so inquisitive, they are so smart that if you're not careful, they will start having interpretation of things in their head that are not supposed to be. This is where mother-daughter, father-daughter relationship comes in. Educating them of these things on time, giving them the right information of things on time before they will start figuring things out on their own and being misled. As an advocate for the girl child, I will say it, mothers, create a strong relationship with your children. Start teaching them things early enough. Because for that child to be saying that thing, she's inquisitive about it. Why does she feel that that thing they are doing is dangerous? Of course, as parents, we will not want to expose our children to danger. Probably in our mind, okay, the reason why daddy and mommy doesn't want me to be in their room or doesn't want me to see what they are doing is because it's dangerous for me. So in her mind now, that thing is danger. Do you get it? If that child is not being taught or corrected on time, she will grow up with the mentality that this thing is dangerous. You understand? So we should be intentional about, it's not easy. Parenting is not an easy task, but we have to be intentional about it and try our best to enlighten our kids about all of these things the right way. And there are some things they should not be exposed to at some certain age. I just feel like I should share, because the children are learning from a lot of things. They are learning from you, they are learning from what they are seeing, they are learning from a lot of things, they are learning from society, they are learning from hey Jesus. So God have mercy. May God help us in this race. May God help us in this parenting race. In Jesus' name. May our children not be misled. May our children not be victims